All right, welcome back. I'm doing a little bit of some of the last round of the PMV, and I'll do some rota later on this afternoon. I'll give them a bit of a break. So I've just been sitting here in the shade because it's a little bit warm today and just punching out some birds, getting them done. We'll have a look over in the other section, but basically we're just using the PMV for now, big one, and then just topping it up into my little injector here. And then we're just doing our vaccines, getting it done. So I've done all the race team. There is a few of the older ones still in the breeding side that we will be racing, but they do need to have a booster. So all the birds are going to have a booster, but the young birds, first ones, they all get a first one and a second one for PMV and ROTA. So we've got 92 days until the race season. So yeah, we need to get a bit of a wriggle on. It's coming round really fast. We've got the youngest lot up there in the box at the moment. They do have the bobs down, so they haven't gone through yet. I've started trap training. Not super serious at the moment. I've just been putting them in there and letting them come through there by themselves at the moment. What I've done is I've taken the food trays out now. There's not food sitting on the floor in those hoppers 24/7 like they have. Now it's starting to be restricted, and I'm just going to start doing trap training. I will trap train, feed, trap train, feed, trap train, feed. You know, on the weekends I'll try and do as many as I can, because next weekend I want to actually get them out flying. So well, they won't be flying, they'll just be flapping around the roof and whatnot. So I want to try and get them moving as quickly as possible. These are starting to molt now. They all had their first shot of PMV this morning, and then this afternoon I'll give them their ROTA. You can do ROTA and PMV on the same day, but just don't give it to them like right at the same time, or mix those, because it's not good for them. But you can do it on the same day, no problems at all. But yeah, I just give it about 5 to 6 hours break between the two of them. It's not really too much of a problem. And the birds will stay in today. They will start to fluff up a bit, some of them, once we give them the ROTA. So I'll give them the ROTA this afternoon, and for the ROTA vaccine, they will sort of fluff up a bit. And just because the body actually thinks they've got ROTA, so they, well, PMV too, it's very similar. But these all look pretty good at the moment. It's normally, last year, what I seen was the rotavirus vaccination that we gave them is what actually made them look a little bit funny. They all fluff up, and you know, for a day you kind of think, oh, they don't look too good. But yeah, it's just part of their body starting to get used to it and build an immune system to it. Because I think it's either a fake or an inert virus that is injected to them, so that they build that immunity up. Their receptors sort of take that on. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I'll try and do the ROTA for all these this afternoon. For now, they've had a couple hours rest, and then we've got a couple more hours, and then I'll start jabbing them again. But yeah, it's coming along. Like I said, 92 days until we race. So this team definitely going to be my main focus. These ones are ready to go. These are loft flying, no problems. They're molting, and they will be ready to race. And there is probably another 5 to 10 birds that will come across into here that we have used for breeding that will come into this section, which will bring this group up a fair bit more, which is good. We're making some progress. But like I said, the focus on these guys, we had such a slow year with breeding. Like, the birds just did not want to breed for those months that I was trying to get them out in. Just didn't work. So we managed to get this last round out. So they need to be out by next weekend. And then from now until next weekend, I'm just going to trap train them. I'm going to put them in here, and they're just going to be coming in and out of there as much as possible. And then once I'm confident they know their way in, I will, hey, you're not going back in there. I will definitely let them out, get that ball rolling. And I've got some sorting out to do in here as well. So I've come in here and cleaned this all just before as well, in between giving them vaccinations. It's a very busy day today, but you know, it's just one of those things that are going to happen. So this is all looking nice and tidy. Oh, there's a street fighter hen. She'll come out of here as well today. That's another thing I'm doing. You'll notice the nest bowls are all gone. I haven't shut that up there. What are you doing up there, Shock? Of course it's you. You're always a character. So I've taken all the nest bowls out, and I just set them up there while I was cleaning. And it looks like Shock's just like, hey, come on, this is the highest spot we can get, and he's sort of trying to take over. But that's not going to happen, because I will shut some of these up and take out the remaining of the bowls. The only one that will stay is this one, because that little baby is the last one in there that needs to be weaned out. This one actually can come across today, I'd say. That's my split barless there. He's quite nice. Have a look at him. Hey, what are you doing down there? Let's have a look at you, buddy. It's actually not bad. Still, I'd say another couple of generations to go before I'll probably be doing all right with them. But look at the wings on them, not bad. I feel like bringing in the young rung cock into this has been quite nice, but still a little bit funny looking. But we'll definitely sort those ones out. We do have a really nice split from Adam that we can bring in. We might put this hen because she's ready to breed again as well, so we may put her into the single pens and just do a round with that cock, and that will give us 50% barless, so hopefully we'll be able to get some flying around. This next round that are coming out, so this one, and if we pair her with a split cock, are going to be really good birds in terms of barless. So hopefully we'll get those ones out flying. Oh, she doesn't want to party, she wants to stick to herself, but she's quite a nice little barless hen, this one. But this next generation, I'll tell you, we'll be definitely getting them. I'd like to try and breed some out over the race season because it won't be a problem, so we can just breed a few barless and get them loft flying, and we could probably toss them too, so we could probably race them next year, but I'd prefer to race them as old birds just to give them a bit more of a chance. Come on, you two, out of there. You're going back into the race team this year, girl, because that's the ugly hen, and she's I think she'll do all right this year. So basically all the birds out of this section that can fly will move back into the older section. We will sort these birds out here. So there's that's the B team hen down there, and then we got the beekeeper, which are both children of bee's knees, and he was a nice bird, that one still is. And that one there is a big pigeon, I tell you. It's only a baby, but he's turned out to be probably one of the biggest pigeons I own, and he is really strong, so well, we're gonna have to watch out for that big fella, I tell you. Still a little bit wild, but what I'm gonna do now that I've started settling them a little bit better, I'm gonna try and start hand feeding a lot of the birds once we take that full tray away, and we should be able to really calm them down, because the other 8 we got previously, the ones that come from Melbourne, they're really good. They're actually quite tame, and they will set a good example for these ones, so hopefully I can get them settled in, because these are beautiful pigeons. I tell you, these are some really super one loft birds here. There's 10 years worth of work of one loft racing in those, so I'll tell you what, those ones are going to be worth breeding from this season as well. And we'll have a quick look in here as well. So I'm going to make some hard decisions soon, and basically what I want to do to start with is get across all the birds back into the flying loft that can go in the flying loft. There's actually quite a few of them, especially the ones once they finish up breeding, just so we can sort of free up this loft a little bit more. There is some birds that I'm potentially going to sell, but I'm still sort of tossing up who I want to do, because I just got so many stock birds. Like literally, we brought in this season, there's 21 birds that we have brought in, new ones in the last few months, that are basically performing one loft birds. So we do have to make some decisions on which ones we want to keep. A lot of the sprint speed birds I'm going to move on. I do have some babies off them, like the mealy hen. She is off that cock, so we may get rid of like this red check cock. He's a good cock, but I do want to move on some speed birds. I've got too many stock birds, and I'm going to be working a lot more this year, so I really need to focus on what I'm going to do with the birds, and only sort of keep that one loft families, and then we'll have like a bunch of maybe 50 to 60 birds are always here flying around that we can use for local racing, which will be ones we can breed off as well. I want to breed off race pigeons. It's sort of something I'm really aiming to do. So on birds that have performed well in the race season, that's what I really want to get to do. I just don't want to have so many stock birds. I understand we're still going to have, you know, like the likes of Storm and some of these other cocks and whatnot that we still can't let out, but I want as many pigeons as I can flying around, and you know, preferably breeding off ex-race birds and not breeding from birds that have been bred for stock. I want to race them and then keep those best ones and just loft fly them around. Like 83, we tested him, we raced him, he done well, and he's so back over in the flying loft now, just enjoying life. And there's 2 of 83 babies here actually. They've hatched, and this cock's looking after them pretty well. Unfortunately, we didn't get to breed off this one this year. He had 1 egg and it didn't work, to be honest. So we're making sure next year that I've actually got a decent hen to put him with. So that's what I'm going through at the moment. I've been typing up pedigrees for all the birds I want to keep. A lot of these do have pedigrees, but I've been tightening them up. I'm just sort of collecting all the information and things like that. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty busy year, but I'm also looking at the breeding season that will come up in August-ish, so that we can start getting ready for some one loft entries again. But this year will be a little bit more onto it, and little hens like this that, you know, we brought in and they just didn't get down and have babies really quickly. Hopefully now we'll go through a year, she'll go through a molt, we'll look after them really well, and hopefully after being here for some time we can actually get her down and get more babies from her into the loft, into one loft races, local racing, all that kind of stuff. So we're going through doing a few changes, but definitely focusing on the very best birds possible. So stay tuned and I'll see you guys in the next video. I've still got vaccinations to do, so stay tuned.